Welcome to Michelle's Making. Are you ready for coffee, crafts, cooking, and cocktails? Let's get going. Welcome and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much to those of you who have already subscribed, sharing with your family and friends, encouraging them to subscribe, giving the videos a thumbs up, and comments. I absolutely love the comments. Please comment, let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best. Today is National Lego Day, Kazoo Day, so if you got a kazoo, today's the day to play it. Fun at Work Day. For those of you who are working, try to have a little fun while you're there. Daisy Day, Blueberry Pancake Day. In the meanwhile, I'm enjoying my coffee with French vanilla creamer in my coffee. That's what I enjoy whenever I don't have another flavor available. Let's make it a great one and get going. Before we get going, I want to wish a very happy birthday to one of my dear friends, Bobby, who is enjoying her birthday. And I'll tell you, Bobby and I have been friends since we were 14 years old. So I won't say how many years that's been, but it's been a very long time. She's truly my oldest and dearest friend. But let's get going. Today I'm making some yummy cream of mushroom soup. We're having a touch of cool weather here in Florida, so it's just the weather for soup. Now, I'll tell you, when I'm making things, sometimes I don't really have a recipe that I follow, but I will put the best I can do with the recipe in the description box. I started by melting some butter in a saucepan and adding about 2 cups of chopped mushrooms. I had fresh mushrooms that I had to use up, so this was just the perfect use for those. I also had a small amount of diced yellow onions in there, just a very small, very finely diced. I think that onions, mushrooms, and garlic go together great. Next, you add in some broth. You can use chicken broth or beef broth. All I had on hand was beef broth. I added about 2 cups. Next, I took some heavy whipping cream and about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, adding a small amount of the whipping cream to dissolve the cornstarch, and then adding more of the whipping cream to it. Totaled, I probably used about a cup of the heavy whipping cream. I added this to the mushroom broth and let it simmer and thicken. You'll season this to taste. I used garlic, pepper, seasoned salt, and pepper, but you can use whatever seasonings you enjoy with mushrooms. It adds to the flavor. Taste as you go and add more as needed. I added a splash of red wine as well. So if you like cooking with wine, you can do that. But that's really all there is to it. It just simmers and cooks down a little and thickens up, and that's the cream of mushroom soup. My craft today are tiered tray decor pieces. I had picked up this little set of 4 cutting boards. They're the little mini cutting boards. I actually picked them up at Aldi. They were $4.49, I believe. So for about $1.10 or $1.12 a piece, I thought you just couldn't beat them. They're actually a pretty good quality as well. I gave 2 of them a coat of the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white, and then 2 of them I painted with my latex black paint. Of course, my impatience with the drying process led me to use my handy-dandy heat gun to speed up the drying process. Do you all have patience in letting things dry, or do you try to speed up the process? Let me know in the comments. Once they had dried completely, I took the sanding block to the white cutting boards and just roughly sanded them up, just kind of distressed them with that. And for the black ones, I used the Rust-Oleum chalk paint and did a little dry brushing technique with that to give it a little bit of a distressed look. Next, I gave it a light coat of the Mod Podge because I was going to apply some vinyl stickers that I had made on my Cricut, and I have in the past had problems in positioning them, and it takes up a little bit of the paint. So I wanted to make sure that the Mod Podge sealed it all and would make it a little bit easier to transfer the vinyl decals. I'd like to give another shout out to my dear friend Cindy. She celebrated her birthday this week. I hope it was a great one, Cindy, and hope to see you soon. I cut the decals out of red vinyl, and it showed up quite nicely on the white cutting boards, but it didn't show up as well on the black. I thought it would show up a little better on the black, but it did not. So I ended up cutting it again in white and didn't take up the red. I just put the white decal right on top of the red, or kind of lined it up just a little off of the red so that it is sort of doubled there. You can see the white and the red. It doesn't show up as well on the video, I don't think, as much as it does when you're looking at it in person. It shows quite nice, actually, with the white and the red. It kind of gave it a little emphasis there on it, and it shows really well. I think that's one of those little mishaps that end up turning out quite nicely with what I did to compensate for it. Have you ever started out making something and it didn't go the way you planned and you had to compensate and do something differently? Let me know in the comments what you've experienced. Two of these that seemed kind of appropriate for Valentine's Day I put on my tier tray near my front door, and the other two I put above my stove. I have a little shelf there. I'm quite happy with how these have turned out. Nice little pieces of decor. It's time for that adult beverage, and today I'm having a Breezy Martini. I'm making it with tropical rum, triple sec, vodka, pineapple juice, and cranberry juice. So you add the liquors all to your shaker with ice. I used about 2 ounces of the pineapple juice and just a splash of cranberry. The recipe will be in the description box, but shake, 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 and pour it into your chilled martini glass. And of course, the only thing left is to enjoy a Breezy Martini. Well, folks, that's it for another week. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to take time to stop and smell the coffee. Make it a great week, and I'll see you next Friday.